I love playing Souls games. They can be super frustrating at times, and they unleash our inner gamer moments. But that rush of adrenaline you get when you beat a very tough boss for the first time, it's something else.
We got it.
After beating Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring earlier this year, I finally decided to give the 2019 Game of the Year the attention it rightfully deserves, Sekiro. Fun fact, I actually bought Sekiro back in 2020, but I really didn't start playing until last month. Before I started playing Sekiro, here were my initial thoughts. I'm a Souls veteran, I'll adapt quickly, everything will be all Gucci, it's gonna be super fun, super easy. While I wasn't totally wrong, it does have different mechanics than any other Souls games, and it lures you into a trap. That trap is the dodging mechanic, and having that Souls mentality, I got punished for it a lot. To kick off the game, we initially fight off Genichiro, and knowing damn well I wasn't going to beat him on my first try, this is how the playthrough actually started. To get used to the mechanics, we start off fighting off the samurai generals. We start off pretty good, and we end up beating them on the second try. This gave me a good grasp of what the parrying mechanic is in Sekiro, and it really wasn't much of a challenge. The Chain Ogre was pretty easy as well, beating him on my second try after I had better gourd management, because the first time I only had one gourd during the fight. The second Samurai General caught me by surprise, but I ended up beating him first try. As I made my way through the Ashina outskirts, I got through the giant snake area pretty easy without any problems until there was a problem. Now it was time to fight off the main boss, the horse dude. No, it's horse dude. My main strat going into this fight was just the basic hit and run strategy. Funny thing though is that now I know what it's like to be on the receiving end on the enemy side from Elden Ring. You can ride the torrent, make a couple slash attacks, and then run away. Honestly, that's how this fight felt, except from the other side. Ended up beating him on the third try. Okay. We did it. Oh. We did it. Continuing our way to the castle, the Blazing Bull actually posed a challenge. Due to the chaotic nature of the bull, it kind of pissed me off. I couldn't get an early read on it. My parrying attacks wasn't working the way that I wanted it to, and it wouldn't stop moving. So I said, screw this. I went to the Hinata estate for a change of pace. Because I'm stubborn as hell, I ended up going back and I said, I want to beat this stupid bull. Because of that brief break, I was able to actually calm down and ended up beating him on my sixth try. So, want to know how to make these samurai generals annoying? Just add 4 riflemen around them, and you know what? Just add any other enemy around them. The only reason it was a bit of a challenge was because you had a balance between fighting off the rifleman and the samurai general. Hitting the rifleman, then the samurai general comes, and you just have to find the right balance. Took 5 tries, but honestly, just adding a bunch of enemies together really, it just raises up the annoying factor. So this is where things get interesting. And when I say interesting, I mean full tilt mode. So I was making my way downtown, walking towards the Ashina Reservoir, and I'm like, oh shit, I actually recognize this place. It's from the beginning of the game. Oh, I'm out. I guess it's and I ended up encountering this friendly 7 Ashina spear, Yamauchi. Who are you? Oh, I proceeded to get my ass kicked because I couldn't get his timing down. So I'm like, you know what?
I don't know what to do.
We'll come back. We'll put him on file and come back to him later. I checked out the tunnel where we started off the game, and I find a Lone Shadow mini boss. Remember when I said full tilt mode? Yeah, this is where that happened. The amount of tilt and frustration that this Lone Shadow solely caused can't be summed up in a few words. No, my friend. This fight was complete and utter bullshit. I blame more than 55% of my deaths to this mini boss to the camera. It ain't my fault, it's the camera's fault. Early game, the Lone Shadow enemies are really no joke, and they pack a serious punch. Not only that, with my prior Dark Souls experience, that actually betrayed me. In Dark Souls and in Elden Ring, you hit a couple times, you dodge, you play the patience game, right? Parrying is such a huge mechanic in Sekiro that the game kind of punishes you for dodging over parrying. And that's exactly what it did to me. The game straight up said, it's time to learn, buddy. So the biggest issue I had during the fight was the fact that I had no healing during the second half, and the timing, every single time I tried dodging when I should have been parrying. Then I remember I had an aha moment. I'm like, there should be a hole right above him. And guess what? I was right. So being able to take one stock right off the start of the fight honestly was such a big help and made the fight so much easier. I stopped going in hard-headed, and after my 33rd attempt, I finally got the win. You know, it took a while, but a win is a win. Finally. After beating the Lone Shadow, it gave me the confidence to take on the 7-spear Ashina. After going through that misery of the Lone Shadow mini boss, it gave me the confidence to go beat the 7 Ashina spear and ended up beating him on my 13th try. Now it's time to head back to the Hinata state. I took care of the Junkard in 2 tries and made my way to Lady Butterfly. Honestly, Lady Butterfly wasn't really that hard, honestly. After the excruciating pain that the Lone Shadow made me go through, Lady Butterfly was honestly like a cakewalk, and I ended up beating her 2nd try after better heal management. Get it? Cool. After beating Lady Butterfly, I ended up going to Senpu Temple and I encountered the Armored Warrior. I feel like there's an enemy on that side. There is. Oh. But I thought it was pretty cool when you kick him off the bridge. He yells, Roberto, as he falls. He kicked him off. Cool. Is that supposed to happen? Got the prayer reader. I continued to explore Senpu Temple, then I realized that I can't continue anymore because that one priest will not talk to me to take on the screen monkeys. Now it's actually time to head towards the next main boss, Genichiro. Honestly, I thought Genichiro was a fun fight. The first 2 phases aren't really that difficult, and learning the pattern is pretty simple. Okay, we got one. That's 2. It took me some time to learn the 3rd phase. As a lightning stick now. Shit. And the reason for that is I needed to learn when are the safe windows to continue attacking or to heal. And I could have beat him on my 4th try. Oh. No. Oh. No. I had that and I did it. That's some bullshit, man. That was the run. But eventually I succeeded and got him on the 8th. The lightning return feature is super cool, and I wish there was more cool mechanics like that throughout the game. Fuck that Okami leader in late game though. We did it. We did it. Keep spamming. Keep spamming. Keep spamming. Woo. So we head back to the abandoned dungeon and then make our way through Mibu village. I take care of the snake eyes, Really wasn't much of a challenge. Sneak attack, point, and then go for the poise break. That's it for that mini boss. As I continued to explore Mibu Village, there was this lady and she was crying. She got mad because I didn't want to help her, so she started raging. She kept saying, "Help me!
Help me! Help me!"
Audience movesets doesn't really have much of a window to heal, but I ended up beating her using Sabimaru and parrying on my 12th try. Oh, did it. We did it. Woo! Right after that, we reach the Corrupted Monk Ghost, beat it first try, and then we get the unlimited breathing move and head towards Monkey Land. Is this it? Is this it? That was it. While exploring Monkey Land, we run into George from Rampage, Pog. He's sitting all alone. I'm gonna be real here. I knew that this was a two-phase boss because this game came out in 2019. And honestly, I remember the clips from back then that he doesn't really die on the first attempt. Okay. Oh, he's almost dead, man. So there really is no rage moment for me here. Oh, we got it. Early on in the game, I really didn't use a lot of the Shinobi prosthetic tools. So my firecracker was probably at base level. Most of the time when I did use something, it would be the mortal draw. Anything else, to be honest. Nah, he ain't dead, bruh. I've seen this shit before. Die. Knew it. Screw you. But my biggest challenge for this fight was honestly just managing my heals to actually get to the second point. And second phase, I ran out of spirit emblems and heals, so I just went back to the old reliable Dark Souls strat of the hit and run and then the patience game. Beat it on the 11th attempt, and we got it. Screw you, finally won. We head back to the Ashina Castle, only to see that it's not the same. I take on the new mini bosses that are in the area, like the Lone Shadow Vile Hand, beat him on my second try, Masanaga, the Chain Ogre. I've gotten pretty good at beating the Lone Shadow Ninjas because of the 33 attempts that the first Lone Shadow made me go through. I'm still salty about that one. And we make our way to find our father. He asks, "Are you winning, son?" And we say, "Well, kinda." He's like, he doesn't like our answer, so he tries giving Sekiro a spanking, and spanking he did. It was a good fight. The biggest issue I encountered was unfortunately running into the anti-heal mist on bad timings, which ended up causing a lot of deaths. And there was also the issue where if we go for a thrust attack, sometimes he go for the Mirai Nikki counter. What? Nah, that's some bullshit. Essentially, we started running low on heals, so it became a hit and run tactic again. We got it. Holy shit. After that, Kuro gives us the right to be picked up by the strawman, and we get sent to the Fountainhead Palace. As we walk through the first gate, we are greeted by the real corrupt monk. First phase, easy. Second phase, it took me a minute to actually understand because, you know, the shadow monks are kind of annoying, but we ended up getting it. We found a place where we could actually stand and not get hit. Yeah, that's fine. Third phase was honestly a bit annoying, a couple BS deaths, but we ended up beating it on the 7th try. Oh my god. This is it. At this point, I go back real quick to fight off George and Georgia. Okay, we got one. I don't like this monkey. Honestly, this ape fight was a lot easier than the first one. And we got it. Beat it on my second try. Honestly, second try, not bad. Screw this monkey. And a prayer bead. 2 prayer beads, actually. Lit. I head back to the Fountainhead Palace and notice that these enemies are pretty weak. I didn't know that their abilities make it so you can't revive using the dragon res thing. Oh, we're dead, we're dead, we're dead, we're dead. Oh, we're dead. Oh, God. I make it to the bridge and then a giant Magikarp eats the bridge. Stupid fish. As I go through this area, I end up falling into the lake a couple times and I see lightning being shot at me. I'm like, what the hell? Because I was confused. Oh, fuck. No way. How is that my fault? That one's not my fault. I ended up going back to the nearest shrine to heal up. On my way there, I ended up seeing where the lightning was coming from. It was a cheeky Okami leader. Oh, wait. I see your ass. I see your ass. You right there. It really isn't much of an issue with Sabimaru, and I made quick work of her. Nah, screw you. I make my way towards the waterfall, take on the Seichimen warrior. We beat it. I got him. Swim past the giant Magikarp and eventually end up in front of the mini dragons. Don't matter. It might be a boss. It's an ugly guy. We fight the mini dragons and then the divine dragon appears. I think that's it again. Oh shit, it's big dragon now. This fight is a complete gimmick fight, and honestly, I hate them. The concept is cool, but it took me a few tries to figure out exactly what to do in the second phase. Is that it? What am I supposed to do? Wait. Fuck. I saw something. I don't know what to do. Like, this is bullshit. Because I just kept on running around trying to dodge the attacks. Looking back now, there were signs of like what to do, but I still don't think it was a good fight. I got him. Do you have to do that one more time? No, I don't. Oh god, we did it. So is he dead? It's a cool concept. I'm just not a big fan of the execution of it. We get the dragon tier and then we make our way back to Kuro. We find Emma and a dead Ishin at the castle and we are told to head towards the secret passageway. I said, ahorita, and walk around the area. Pop quiz, what does ahorita mean in Spanish? Comment down below if you know. I head towards the direction of the secret passage, but I run into a fight that I honestly hate the most. Don't get me wrong, I hate the lone shadow fight before you reach the abandoned dungeon because of how long it took me. But this 7 Ashina Spear fight is just absolute bullshit. Adding 2 tanky heavy hitting enemies in a small area that's on fire isn't fun for your first playthrough. And I refuse to go the cheeky route and fight doing stuff with like the tree branch and stuff. I wanted to take them on head on. And it kind of worked. I had a couple good runs against them, a couple good fights, but they kept on using the annoying poise restoration move and unnecessarily prolonging the fight. Oh, way. It's just a hard fight to be hard. Kind of like making super spicy food, but just to be spicy, there's no flavor. After 16 attempts in a somewhat fair manner, I defeated both of them, the Samurai General and the 7 Ashina Spear. Oh no, I hate this guy. Before going through the secret passageway for the final boss, I wanted to check out to make sure I didn't miss anything else, because I found out that if you don't do that, you kind of miss out on stuff. I encountered the last drunkard, and you know, I actually ended up playing a little bit cheeky because I didn't want to go back and get some healing gourds rest at the shrine. That took forever, but we got him. We continue through the flames, find that one merchant homie, rip, and then we proceed to the shrine that teleports you to the Demon of Hatred. What? This entire playthrough, like I said before, I basically didn't use my shinobi tools that much. And they weren't fully upgraded. Like, the only tools I actually used were the shuriken, sabimaru, and occasionally swapping between the axe and the firecrackers. After a few tries, I realized that I kind of needed the fire umbrella to actually make this fight easier. So I went back, grinded it out, grinded the materials, only to have things start to click in my mind. The sculptor is actually the Demon of Hatred. So I end up upgrading every tool I have. Then I head back to the boss. With my newly upgraded umbrella, I got really close a couple tries. I fucked up. I couldn't get the sequencing in. We would have had it if we did. And eventually defeated him on my 8th try. Is this it? It is. I honestly think that this was a really good fight and had a good balance between the difficulty and having 3 phases. It kind of reminded me a lot to what a Dark Souls boss would be like for a Sekiro game. Now it's time to finish up the game. We teleport back to the secret passageway shrine and prepare for the final battle. The rematch with Genichiro goes smoothly, honestly. That'd be pretty funny. Not a bad. But I didn't expect Ishin to come out of Genichiro's body like one of those centipedes. The first phase gives you a good feeling of his change of pace on his moves, those slow build-ups that cause that anticipation, and it makes you think when he's actually going to unleash the move to parry. So getting the timing down was a bit of a challenge since it's not a constant sword clashing fight. Okay. The second phase definitely picks up the pace, and the spear gives them better spacing, so you either need to cover that space faster or parry. If you miss the timing, you end up taking a decent amount of damage, and you can typically outrun the gunshots by running horizontally, so you just wait for an opening. I had a brief moment where I was honestly dodging and parrying almost everything that was coming my way, and it honestly felt really awesome. Okay. For the final phase, I kind of just kept running around until I found an opening because I hated the anticipations of when to parry and stuff. I don't know how to fucking handle this phase. Stay away. So once there was an opening, I relied more on the mortal draw to do as much poise damage as I could, and finally finished off Ishin with one of the lightning return counters. I did it. What the hell? I actually did it. Beat the final phase on my first try, but in total it took me 8 tries to beat Ishin. I actually did it. Over the course of Sekiro, it took me 187 tries to clear almost all of the mini bosses and main bosses. Now it's time to hand out some awards. The easiest boss fight that actually provided some challenge, so not including that one snake guy in the mist area before Mibu Village or stuff like that, I give it to Lady Butterfly. The fight became more of a rhythm game, so it's like hit twice, move, hit twice, move. Oh, she's in the air, throw a shuriken. Really wasn't that difficult. The $1 move, 10-cent finish boss, I give that to the Divine Dragon. Oh shit, it's Big Dragon now. I don't like the execution of the way they did it, especially it being a gimmick fight. I really like the idea of using the lightning return counter, but the fight could have been executed a lot better in my opinion. The cinematic of when you actually do the gimmick stuff is pretty cool, so I'll give them that. That took way too fucking long award goes to, and you guessed it, the first Lone Shadow mini boss before you enter the abandoned dungeon. This boss fight basically said to me, this ain't Dark Souls, boy, you need to learn what Sekiro is all about. Looking back now, I honestly still can't believe that it took me 33 tries to beat it. I beat Ishin, the Hatred Demon, and Owl in less attempts combined than this Lone Shadow. And the best fight goes to Ishin, with honorable mentions going to the Owl fight. These fights put what you've learned throughout the game to the test, and the Ishin fight is what a final boss should honestly be like. No easy punches, the change of pace on during the fight makes things difficult. And I was okay with this one actually having 3 phases. It was like, it's actually worth this boss having it. It wasn't hard just to be hard. Like, if you are able to parry those moves and whatever, you get rewarded. If you miss it, you get punished. And I honestly like the Owl fight too. I thought it was pretty good. Owl at the time, because it makes you stop being so reliant on the healing, you know, that plays a factor into it. But just like typical Fromsoftware games, if you don't unlock things or do something in a correct order, certain things get locked out and you cannot play it unless you play the game again. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and how my first playthrough went. Sekiro was definitely well deserved of Game of the Year back in 2019. It was really fun to play it now in 2023, and you know, playing the other FromSoft games like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, it really is a change of pace, but in a good way. If you want to see how my Elden Ring playthrough, check out the video here. Or if you want to catch me live, catch me on twitch.tv/Bralex Rivera, or consider subscribing here. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.